Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Steven, also known as Sniper, and I'm coming live from the Daily Sniper Discord at the moment. In today's video, I'm going to be going over Friday's trading day, as well as preparing you guys to trade the best setups at the best prices this freaking week. Let's get into it. So let's go over Friday, right? I ended up going live on YouTube, so if you didn't end up catching that, just click my YouTube channel, go to live, and you can watch it, right? We ended up making a few levels. So the first level that we have, one of the biggest levels to the upside, is 609.75, right? This is Thursday's previous closing price. Okay, you got that? Then I ended up looking at Thursday's previous resistance, which ended up being 608.25. So we put this line in, right? And then we ended up going to 606.91. Why? Because it was Tuesday's resistance, Tuesday's support, resistance. We made it support on Thursday, and we ended up skyrocketing. So this was the best level to be buying, one of the best levels to be buying call options at, right? So everyone that had this level made money, because as soon as we dipped down to it, we did two massive bounces from this level, and all you got to do is look left, right? Look at the previous resistance, sell off. We hold it support, we're holding, we crack, okay? So it's a big level. So once we hold this as a support, we rip. Very easy, right? It's pretty straightforward. And then once we come back down to something that is already a support, this is where you're selling puts if you're a degen buying puts up here because there is zero confirmation, right? But this is where you're letting the puts go. And this is where bulls are lining up to be buying calls, okay? And the last level we end up having is 605.80. I clearly stated, I'm not touching puts. Get puts out of your head until 605.80 on SPY, right? And if you want to know, like, Steven, why such a specific number, right? Why? Easy. This is SPY's, the S&P 500 daily time frame, right? I want you to keep an eye on something, right? I want you to look at this area on the left side, and then I want you to look at these two candles on the right side. You see my mouse? You see this line, right? Watch it go down, okay? Bam. Okay, so you guys see what I see. You see that horizontal line across my screen, right? Look at all the wicks of resistance at this level. Oh, wow. And then let's look right now. Whoa, two double bottoms, a support of the previous resistance. Oh, wow. I must be a rocket scientist. No, this is basic technical analysis, right? We have a roof. This is what you consider a roof, right? Look at every time we came up to the 605.80s level, we could not hold it. And then we had 2 full days, double bottom as a support. So the previous resistance turned into a support. So you know what that means? Avoid puts to 605.80. Do not think about shorting anything, because when you are trading all-time highs, this is no man's land. You don't know if you're going to be using random indicators that you buy online that some random doofus is selling, right? And it's going to say buy, sell, POC, whatever the hell it says. And you're going to be trying to trade candlesticks with trend lines, but you're at all-time highs. It's just stupid, right? Real traders have a risk to reward. They don't buy 100 contracts, scalp for 10 cents, and be like, I'm done for the day, I'm green, right? No, I care about my traders. I care about my community. I care about helping people, right? And as I know a lot of successful traders that do that, they scalp for 10 cents. I do that a lot of the time, right? Size in big, get the hell out. But you need to have a game plan, right? You need to have a risk to reward for every setup you are taking. So when you see a massive resistance level act as a support and we're trading at all-time highs, it's avoid puts until 605.80s turns into a resistance level. And this level is where we're wrong once. That's my best. That's the only thing I like trading, when I'm wrong once. Because I'm wrong once, I swap sides, I get my L back, and I make money. That's why I'm able to have an over 90% win rate, because I pick and choose my trades like that, right? So I'm wrong once. So at this level, at 605.80, I'm wrong once. Because if calls don't, say we get a fake out, right? Like we start holding support here and I go long because I'm playing the support. It's such a big level. And then it starts dropping, right? We're starting to show weakness here. I get out of my calls. I go to puts. Where are we going? Boom. Down 2.5 points on SPY to fill this gap. 603.20s. This is going to be one of the best gap close reversals that we're going to see on SPY, right? Because it has potential to run almost 5 points. 5 to 7 points, sorry, right? We drop down to this level. This is where we're buying calls to go to a new high. That's why this is the best risk to reward, because we're wrong once and then we're buying calls here. And guess what? Here, there's not much. It's gonna bounce at this level within like a point or two, right? This is why we wait for a 30-minute bullish confirmation. It could fill this gap at 603.30, 603.40s, but it could come all the way back down to 601.50, right? And potentially 601.80s to 600. Right? This is why we use the 30-minute confirmation at these levels. I see a lot of people, we were just discussing this on YouTube on Friday. Someone asked about trend lines, and I don't buy trend lines, right? I'm not buying, if we come up to a trend line, right? I'm not just buying, I'm using trend lines, right? To get the trend, right? And I'm playing the confirmation of the trend line at the closest key level, okay? I'm not buying at the sloping resistance or sloping support. I'm watching the closest key level and I'm waiting for a confirmation of a support or resistance and then getting in. I'm seeing way too many day traders blindly just playing trend lines. Like, you got to kind of like use your brain. If market makers knew that trend lines printed every single time, right? You got to use your head. Like, there's nothing that works 100% of the time, but it's better to have confirmation and a good risk to reward. When you're trying to short a sloping resistance, you're going against the trend, right? Which is high risk because it could break sloping resistance. And when we come back down to sloping support, you're going against the trend, the micro trend, hoping it goes up because it is a sloping support, but it could knife down. We wait for the confirmation. I use the closest key level as confirmation. So moving forward into this week, this is what I'm going to do. So that 605.80 level is still in play because we know if there's weakness here, we're getting puts all the way to 603.05, right? This is the gap I'm waiting for, 603.05. So if we end up getting that gap, we buy. We're looking for a bullish confirmation at this level. If not, we're gonna knife. We're gonna drop like crazy here. Like, look at this empty pocket right here. We buy calls here. We break through it and we're holding. We're like, oh, this is a good level. We buy calls. It starts going up and then knifes down. We swap sides and we ride the puts down for triple the move. And that's why 603.05 is one of the best levels to be buying call options on the S&P 500 because it's a 5 to 7 point range to all-time highs. So it's a beautiful R&R. So the biggest levels moving forward into this week, especially into tomorrow, is the 605.80. Listen, I do not trade all-time highs. If we're trading at all-time highs, don't look at me, right? Because I have thousands of people to impress, to help teach, to make money, and I'm not, even if one person lose money, I feel uneasy about it, right? So I like the best setups at the best prices, and if I lose money, we all lose money. When I make money, we all make money, right? That's why I like I'm wrong once trades, because if we're wrong, we swap out, switch directions. So above 609.75 right here, I don't like, okay? I'm not trading all-time highs. And this gap has been filled. So moving forward into tomorrow, we have an open gap to fill from Friday's previous closing price at 607.97. Let's put this in. There. And this is something I just like to do. Like, I like making it a dotted line. I like making it red, right? Just so I know that this is a gap to fill. And if the gap is not filled, it just stays a red dotted line on my chart. So this is going to make a break at level. We end up gapping down around the 606, mid 606 range. If we come back up, push the PCP, I plan on getting puts, 608 puts, and I'm going to write it down. I'm wrong once because if we hold this support, again, it's $1.50 up. to most likely all-time highs. It's all about your risk to reward. I want calls at this level. Why do I want calls? I don't care if we start knifing down. I'm waiting for the 30-minute confirmation, and this is the level I'm going to be buying calls at. Why? Because look at the drop it's going to do. It's too easy. So they're most likely going to bounce it here. And if we start seeing a fake out, cool. I'm going to ride it back down here. I don't care. And that's why I was saying this is probably one of the best levels to be buying calls at, 603.05. Nothing is bearish yet. If we take a look at Bitcoin, it's still near all-time highs, right? It's failing to break out. I'm just waiting for a big short. I have a big video coming out that is going to be released this week. I'm very excited for it because this is the first time I've done like crazy amount of research on a particular stock. I have a crazy plan set up, and I plan to make heavy six figures on that trade. I'm going to hit it with size. I'm telling you right now, I'm hitting it with size, and that video is coming this week. If you would like to know what it is, guys, just leave this video a thumbs up, and it will be released this week, okay? So my trading plan, as you guys know, I went on a little bit, 605.80. Above that, I'm bullish as hell. Beneath that, I'm catching puts to 603.05, right? We end up holding support at 607 level, right? Previous support. I'm going to go long to 609.75, the previous gap. This is going to be the make it, break it level, 607.97. We end up breaking down, coming back up. I'm going to get puts for the gap close reversal, and it's either going to be a gap close reversal, we come up to it, reject, right? Or it's going to be a gap and go. We break through it, come back to retest, right? Very simple trading style. I'm going to be making an absolute bag tomorrow. If you would like to be a part of us, the link is in the bio. 50% deal going on right now. Use code Canada at checkout. I'm going to be live streaming every single day in the morning. And Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'm live streaming all day. If you'd like to be a part of the number one options Discord, guys, the link is in the bio, and I'll see everyone tomorrow morning. It's game time, baby. Monday morning, let's make some money. Take care.